The Tulsa Drillers are leading their division so far this year, so you might want to book some summer fun out at One Oak this week as you explore Tulsa, or you may just want to do some fishing.
Then the blues come alive,
followed by the sport of Kings and T-Town.
Plus the family that vlogs together.
Hi, I'm Stevie Fernandez.
And I'm Trish Whitmer. It's really special to have you here with us each week for Explore Tulsa.
Especially when you think of all the things that they could be doing, like cleaning gutters or scrubbing toilets.
You are always so poetic, Stevie, but you're right, people could be out fishing.
Just like Grand Lake professional fisherwoman Penny Steffen.
Let's see, there's 365 days in a year. If the lake don't ice over, I probably fish most of them. I bet I don't miss 15 days a year fishing. I've loved fishing since I was a little bitty girl, and I can't get it out of my blood. It's just, if I can't go fishing, you might as well throw me in the river. It's just that bad. I'm just that bad. I love to fish. Well, when I was a kid, my grandfather took me all the time. But back then, we didn't even have hooks. We had safety pins. You bend the end of a safety pin and put it on a little string that you take out of a feed sack and put it on a stick and go fishing. That's all we had for years, till I was probably 14 years old before I had to hook some. We were fishing cypress trees, me and Emily Schaefer. We had drawn out together on a tournament. And we got up in these cypress and we was catching big bass. And I, jigging, I got a bite. I said, hold it, Emily, and she was on the front. I was standing up here and her was fishing. I missed him. I said, of course, she's holding a boat, she's fishing. I went ahead and I missed him again. Darn, that must be a spawning bass. Well, I hooked him the next time. There wasn't no spawning bass. It was an alligator about 4 foot long. That alligator came up the side of that boat and goes roar right in my face. He had 2 that long. Scared me so bad and scared her so bad. We was both in the middle of the boat trying to figure out what we was going to do. I never was so scared. If a fish went and popped the top of the water, me and her both would run to the middle of the boat and see what was going on. Well, I fished with Penny Berriman, and I wished I could remember her name. I never could, because the guy down, Jimmy Houston's wife, and Emily Schaefer. I fished with a lot of the pros. Well, we done a catfish show with Mel Tillis and Jerry Reed. I fished a circuit, WBFA, and I fished Bass and Gals for, well, as long as they was ever in business. And I signed up for that FLW women's tournament, and 2 weeks before that I broke my back twice and couldn't fish. So I spent 2 years running around in a wheelchair and couldn't even help myself, really. It was like you'd sentence me to a prison sentence or death, because I can't sit in a chair. I gotta do something. For quite a while they kept me so doped up on a lot of medication. And one morning I got up and I throwed all that in the trash can, and I said, I'm gonna walk. And it took me about a year, but I got back to fishing. I can remember the first day I went back out. That was a wonderful feeling, to get back on the boat. I love my lake. I love this lake. It makes me mad when people throw garbage in it and mistreat it. I love it here. I love the lake. I go all over this thing. You can always catch some pretty good bass on Grand Lake. And I go crappie fishing once in a while. It's the most peaceful place that I've ever been. I can come here by myself and just watch the bird. It's calm. calming. All your worries go away, you have none. I love it out here.
Penny's amazing and the type of character that can tell wonderful fishing stories.
Look for Penny at RSU.TV's Living Grand on Grand Lake, which airs each Thursday night at 7 p.m. all summer long.
Now, Living Grand on Grand Lake is really a fun show too, with all kinds of outdoor water fun to enjoy.
There's all sorts of events at Grand Lake too that include great musicians as well.
Might even catch blues guitarist Whitney out giving the crowd a thrill, and we'll get a taste of that next when we come back with more Explore Tulsa.
Our most beautiful 4K HDR TV. Easily manage your cables for even a clean rear look. It hangs flat on the wall, just like a piece of art. Yet its slimness creates astounding images. Experience new discoveries with Android TV by getting instant access to everything you need. Introducing the latest Sony 4K HDR TV.
Hello, I'm John Erling with Voices of Oklahoma. Our great state has been home to countless individuals whose place in history has been earned through each of their many accomplishments. Voices of Oklahoma's mission is to preserve their story in an oral history presentation like none other. Accounts direct from famous Oklahomans, political figures, and many others who have left their indelible mark on the development, history, and future of Oklahoma. So please, treat yourself by listening to those who are the voices of Oklahoma.
At Video Revolution, the future is now. Behold the beauty of the new Sony 4K High Dynamic Range TV. A true view display producing real-world clarity and brilliant colors with Triluminous X1 technology. Step into the future for yourself at Video Revolution on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Hello there, music fans of all kinds, and welcome to Explore Tulsa.
Oh no, you said music. You're not gonna try to sing, are you?
No, but I was thinking about talking about my college days when I had an air band. Man, we rocked.
Instead, why don't we introduce everyone to an actual blues guitarist that will even play a real guitar for us?
Well, Whitney is pretty amazing. He kind of reminds me of me if I could, play for real.
Like everybody says, the roots of music is blues and gospel. And so that's where everything came up, and it soon evolved into what we know today. I first started when I was 10 years old. My parents used to have a Southern gospel group, and they used to play for a while, and they've kind of got me started into that because I used to be in sports a lot. But then I think I saw somebody playing on TV, he's like, hey, I want to do that. And someone told my dad, he's like, okay, then let's go ahead and start. I played out at the Riverwalk was my first gig, and I was 11 years old. And so that's where I played at. It was lots of fun. I do write my own music, but the thing about writing music is it can come to you instantly when you're just trying to create something. But most of the time when creating music happens for me, it's just in the middle of nowhere. Like I'll be driving like, oh, well that's cool. So I'll grab my phone and say, okay, this is so-and-so for a song and look at it later. And so that's what I'll do. So, because what happens is if you don't write it down or voice record it, you'll lose it and you'll be so frustrated that you can't remember it. And so you're hitting your head on a wall. I've always told you always want to get into this persona. Like you want to be this really nice guy off stage, but you also want to be the same guy on stage, but you also want to give a show. So once everything goes right, you're in that mentality like, okay, great, it's time to give a show, and let's have a good time. What you want to do when you're first getting out there is to go out and try to play anywhere you can, like a festival, then people will say, hey, you're really good, or they'll start talking to you and they'll give you advice on what to do. And so what I'd recommend for production is, my dad, he's helped me out a lot, and if you have someone that is really able to help you, like a parent or a guardian or just a best friend or something, ask them to help you out with production, and it'll help you to get noticed by these other places and to try to get into restaurants and slowly work up from there. One of the first people, there's actually several people, one of the guys, he's not from here, his name is Joe Louis Walker, and I played with him down at the Bixby Barbecue and Blues Festival several years ago. And then last year I got to play with Steve Pryor up on there for the first time. And so then once we saw each other, he would always play with me, and so kind of fun ordeal. I think the farthest I've ever been was Nashville, Tennessee, and we played at country singer Loretta Lynn. We played down at her ranch, like I think 4 years ago. I don't think my math's right on that, but we played down there, and then we also played at BB King's on Beale Street in Memphis, and that was a very fun gig. We played there this past January, and then last year. It's really cool to be able to meet the people you get to meet in this industry, but after playing it so long, it kind of becomes second nature to you. You love to do it, so it's a job, but then it's not at the same time. It's a question for everyone, I should say, because music is around everyone, but certain people it comes naturally to. And music is more not a hobby or a job, but more a part of yourself. Is that it's inside of you, and it's a talent.
I love watching guys like Dylan play, because you know you're witnessing something that's going to be huge on the music scene someday.
To learn more about Dylan and where he may be playing next, look for the Dylan Whitney Band on Facebook.
I'll never be able to play like Dylan. Maybe I should take up a new sport instead.
Just ahead, I think I have something you might be great at, and it's for a good cause.
You mean polo with Aaron Jacobs and the Center for Individuals with Physical Disabilities?
Yeah, news on their annual Polo Classic is just ahead when we return with more Explore Tulsa.
Hey, it's Stevie from Explore Tulsa with my friend and optometrist for many years, Dr. Robert Zellner. Tell everybody why it's so good to come in to see you.
Well, that's a great question. Let's see, we've got 2 great locations. We try to stay cutting edge at every point along the way, because let's face it, everybody wants to come in and get taken care of in a timely fashion and get the latest, greatest stuff and save some money and get on with their life. And see clearly.
And if you don't believe it, look on the website.
Absolutely, drzellner.com. You can find that we have our 2 locations at 69th and Memorial and 3030 South Harvard, or you can give us a call at 749-2020 or 461-2020.
And I got 4 kids, and I got to tell you, as a big family like that, it's affordable too.
Oh yes, and of course, the number one reason, you save some money. I mean, with our 2-pair specials, with our different unique packages that we put together, I mean, you can come in here and your money can go a lot farther than anywhere else.
And that's why with Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates, seeing is believing.
Oh, I like that, Stevie. Well done.
Send me some love.
Look at us. We woke up one morning with every song that ever mattered to anyone. So now what? Music's meant to be heard, out loud, where your life happens, where you dance, where you love, and where you live. When everyone has every song ever written, what matters most is how you listen.
Come hear for yourself at Video Revolution.
Hello again, Tulsa Royalty, and welcome back for more Explore Tulsa.
Stevie, the Center for Individuals with Physical Disabilities annual Polo Classic is for everyone.
That's why it's so affordable.
And it's a chance to show off your athletic skills.
What are you talking about? I can't ride a horse like that.
No, but I bet you'll be great at divot stomping.
Oh, you better believe it. I never once spilled my champagne or step in horse droppings.
We were looking for a unique fundraiser, as we are a really unique organization. So what would, draw a lot of people and bring awareness to our cause, but also be a really fun event. And so someone suggested we look into polo, and we found out that there was a polo team here in Tulsa, and they were more than willing to partner with us. And so 4 years ago, we had the first one, and we had so much fun that we decided to keep doing it. Polo's new here in Tulsa, so we really started taking it to the level of matches overseas or even on the coast. There's a lot of polo matches, and we wanted to be on level with them. So the morning starts, and we have all sorts of opportunities. So we have the sponsor tent, which is for individuals who sponsor at a higher level, and then we have tailgating opportunities, which anybody can tailgate. So you're right along the edge of the field. You get your own private tent, have your own private party. And then you can just come as a general admission guest. So that's just $25 for a ticket, and you come and you just, have a sit wherever. You can bring your own lawn chairs.
This is actually my first year in attending the polo event. I am pretty new to having a disability. I am 2 years and about 6 months in, and it's just definitely an eye-opening experience. And I like seeing the polo event because it gives me a chance to see that I can too have a normal life like I had before. I can go to events, I can get dressed up. It gives me confidence, it gives me motivation. It's just really something I've been looking forward to since I've heard about it.
So what we do right now is we do have some local players, but then we also have players that come from all over the country and even the world that are professional players. So we're starting to draw that level of play, which is really good for Tulsa, kind of putting us on the map for polo. So this year we have a couple players coming from Argentina. We have, I think, one of the top 10 rated polo players here in the country coming to play with us as well. So. The different periods are called chukkers, and they have to have a different horse for every period because it's so intense on the horses. I mean, the field is about the size of 9 football fields, so it's constant running back and forth, and those horses work so hard. Yeah, we've actually had a really great compliment about the level of our event, and that is from someone who's been to other polo events in the country, and she said it is just as awesome, if not better, of a polo event and a taste of polo as it is everywhere else in the country, which is what our goal is. So we're really, making this a Tulsa event and really bringing people to Tulsa, which is what we wanted, but at the same time, supporting the cause. We are a United Way agency, which means that we get some support from the Tulsa Area United Way, but the rest of it is all community. So that's us writing grants or having fundraisers and things like that. So we are indebted to this community. We really need support. So this event, the proceeds go to support our programs we offer to people with varying types of physical disabilities.
Before, when I was able-bodied, I wasn't very athletic at all. I could not shoot, basketball or anything like that. But now I'm pretty much one of our core, players. I contribute very well to the sport, and I love it. It's energetic. It keeps me fit, keeps me active, and it takes my mind pretty much off of, I mean, we all have dark days and we all have bad days, but it takes my mind off of mine because mine get particularly dark because of my situation, and it keeps me motivated, keeps me going. So. I also do kayaking as well. I lift weights. That's kind of a big part as well. And all these things I did not do when I was able-bodied. And I cannot believe I've been missing out on so much excitement all my life.
Well, there's a lot that goes into this event because it's out at Mohawk Park, and as everybody knows, it's just a field, but we turn it into like a tent city, a whole experience. So the work all the way through, from January all the way, or even before that, the whole year is for this moment. And when you're there and you're seeing your members who, are in different types of chairs or different movement apparatuses, interacting with the general community, and everybody is having a good time, that's what the event is all about. And it just really puts into, this is why we did it. We wanted to have as many people involved as possible.
What a fun day. And I get to pretend like I'm Richard Gere from Pretty Woman. High class, corporate raider. Sounds like me, right?
Yeah, no. But luckily, the Center for Individuals with Physical Disabilities annual Polo Classic is for everyone. So visit TulsaCenterPoloClassic.org to buy tickets and learn more about the event coming up Saturday, June 25th.
I bet Cece and Mike will be out there to blog about it.
Ooh, there's a good chance they will. And we'll ask Carissa when we bring you back for more Explore Tulsa.
For over 33 years, Video Revolution has been Tulsa's headquarters for all the best name brands of cutting-edge electronics. The experts at Video Revolution can put it all together for that ultimate home theater experience. Video Revolution on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis for Tulsa's best team of qualified sales, service, and installation technicians.
Hey, good to see you back with us for more Explore Tulsa. You know, Trish, we should start a blog. First thing tomorrow morning, I'm stopping by your place, taking some pics, a little bit of video, so we can get your first thoughts each and every morning.
No, that's not how a blog works. A blogger shares ideas, recipes, and all sorts of other interesting things, but not first in the morning.
Let's ask Carissa what she thinks. And she has a great blog featuring her and her family at ccandmike.com.
CC and Mike is everything that we love all rolled into one. I started a blog 7 years ago, and it was just one of those little blog spot blogs that all the moms were starting. Well, within 3 months, I was booked for photography. It wasn't even planned. I started posting pictures of my kids, and it blew up. I was booked for photography, people were contacting me, and so I've kind of lived through that and seen how when you start a blog, it can kind of lead to other things just by putting your creativity out there. And so I actually kind of stepped away from blogging because my photography business was so busy. And when I decided to start this new business, with the home design and the photography and everything, I really decided that I had missed blogging, and I actually really enjoy writing, and I decided that I was ready to get back into the blogging world. And I decided if I was gonna redo my website that I was gonna make it be everything that we love, not just photography, because there's more than just photography that we love. We've been doing home design and building and flips since we were in college. Really, when you go to my blog, you're gonna see a little bit of everything. You can get a recipe for your next party or for a meal that you're cooking. You can see home design ideas. You can buy art for your home. And yes, then I also, blog stories about my kids or our life, places that we travel, and just things that I feel like writing about. My sister is doing it with me as well. She travels the world. She lives in New York City. She's been to Japan. She's been, all over the world. When I decided it was time for me to do my website redo, I started going back through my pictures from 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and I was like, well, wait a minute, I have a lot of pictures too, and together I think we could really have a great portfolio and a lot of art that people could buy and use for their homes, So I contacted her, and she was like, well, yeah, I'll do it if you'll do it. So that's where this kind of came from, is I contacted my sister. We put all of our portfolios together. My dad built from the time I was little, actually. I remember going on job sites with him. I moved to Tulsa my junior year and went to Union and met my husband. And we, started dating, and he actually started working with my dad, just kind of going to some of his houses then. He just loves the building process, and that's how it all started. And we decided, hey, why don't we do this every 2 years, build a house and move, and then we did some flips in between. And we've built so many times. We actually had built another house just a few streets over. And we weren't planning on selling that house. We were like, oh, we're tired of moving, we're gonna stay. And then someone just offered to buy it. So it kind of led to a chain of events where we sold that one. And so we decided, we really loved that last floor plan we did. And so we're just gonna try to make that one better. It is the best feeling to help people with their home and to make their home a place that they love to be. That's something that I'm passionate about. It really is so fulfilling. I could not have even expected it, and to know that my art is in their home, it's the best feeling. And the same for my husband. I mean, he's working on a building project right now, and just the appreciation that he hears from the people that he's working with. It's really a good feeling because, your home is where your heart is. That's where you spend the most of your time. So helping people with that is really a gratifying feeling. We actually are total opposites. I'm this creative, scatterbrained, disorganized person, and he's this totally analytical, I tease him, he does an Excel spreadsheet for everything, and I'm just over here like, so honestly, we're a great team. We really do feel like we're in a place in our lives where we've combined our strengths, and that's what CC and Mike is about, combining our strengths and moving forward and doing what we love.
I love the way that Carissa tells stories in her blogs and shows off all the great work that her and her husband do.
To follow Carissa and Mike for yourself or to hire them to do some work for you, visit ccandmike.com.
Hey, I know how to start our blog. I'll get your diary out. Should we start when you're like 12 or 13?
Stick around. We'll be back with more Explore Tulsa. That's not happening.
Hi, Dr. Robert Zellner here. For over 20 years, I've offered affordable, convenient eye care in Tulsa. Right now, you can get one pair of glasses or contact lenses starting at just $99 or my two-pair deal for $129. Hey, and as always, the eye exam's included. Walk-ins are always welcome. Glasses are ready in about an hour. Plus, we have over 2,000 frames to choose from. We're open 7 days a week. Come see why we're voted Tulsa's best. And our drive-thru at 69th and Memorial makes pickup simple and easy. For the best eye care value in Tulsa, Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates.
Hi, I'm Frank Arnold.
Hi, I'm Vicki Arnold from Arnold's Old Fashioned Hamburgers.
And you're watching Explore Tulsa.
Be sure and join us next week when we meet fine art painter Daryl Vest and take a peek at some of his great use of color and storytelling.
Special thanks to Penny Steffen for taking us out fishing and teaching us more about living green on Grand Lake with RSU TV.
Well, thanks too to blues guitarist Dylan Whitney. We look forward to following your musical career. And thanks to Aaron Jacobs and everyone doing such great work at the Center for Individuals with Physical Disabilities. See you at the Polo Classic.
Also thanks to Carissa Miller for sharing her story and creative ideas with us on her blog, ccandmike.com.
Remember, if you miss any of the show, you can always catch us at exploretulsa.com.
As always, each week we feature the people, places, and attractions that make us proud to call Tulsa our home.
And hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook. Share with us someone you think Tulsa should know more about.
Plus, remember, Explore Tulsa is brought to you by Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st Lewis.
Stop by, say Laron, and all the guys for all your home entertainment needs.
And Explore Tulsa is also proudly brought to you by Dr. Robert Zollner and Associates.
Home of the $99 deal. Get one pair of stylish glasses and an eye exam for just $99. Plus, he has 2 locations, 3030 South Harvard and 69th and Memorial.
Well, that's all the time we have for you on this week's show, but we'll see you next week right here on Explore Tulsa.